Hello, I'm Chris Thornborough. I'm a composer and an arts educator, and in this series I want to explore one of my favorite topics in music, rhythm. In this introduction video, I will give you an overview of what rhythm is, and then explore the most basic element of music, pulse. But first, we're going to the beach. Imagine building a sandcastle. You dig a moat in the sand until you hit water, and then you use the wet sand to form towers and spires and bridges. You decide then that you want to go for a swim, and when you come back to work on your castle, you see that it isn't quite the same. Maybe a wave came in and eroded the bridges, or maybe someone accidentally kicked one of the towers, or the sun dried out the sand and now everything is starting to crumble. No matter how well you try to build a durable sandcastle, it always eventually melts back into the beach. Now imagine you're back inside on a rainy day. You decide to build a castle out of Lego. Unlike your sandcastle, your Lego castle is built on a strong foundation, and the structure is durable. And pretty soon you're able to build up a whole world of towers and paths, rocks and trees. So, you're probably wondering why I'm talking about sandcastles and Lego. Well, music has a structure like anything you build, whether a sandcastle or a Lego castle. And the foundation of that structure is rhythm. Rhythm is not just a building block of music, it is the most important element. Rhythm drives a song and gives it energy. It tells you how fast or how slow a song is moving. It is the part of the music that makes you want to dance. Even if you snap your fingers, tap your toes, or nod your head to music, you are responding to rhythm. In fact, without rhythm, music simply can't exist. Let's start with the most simple part of music. Let's check our pulse. Everybody has a heartbeat. We call it a pulse. Your heart pumps blood to help deliver oxygen and nutrients to your body, which gives you energy to move and to think. Your heart is so important that it starts pumping long before you're even born. Your heartbeat can be slightly faster or slower, depending on what you're doing. If you're sitting still, for example, your heart will be a little bit slower than if you were running. Believe it or not, your heart beats about 100,000 times a day. That's 35 million times a year. The average heart rate for a human is between 60 beats per minute and 100. But the fastest heartbeat in the world belongs to this little floofer, the pygmy shrew. This tiny mouse-like creature's heartbeat reaches 1,500 beats per second. On the opposite end of the spectrum is the blue whale, whose heart is the size of a refrigerator. It has a pulse as slow as 2 beats per minute. Okay, so what does this have to do with music? Well, just like we know that we are alive because we have a heartbeat, we can also say that music is alive because it has a heartbeat, also known as a pulse. If you ever had to practice an instrument with a metronome, you're learning to feel the beat of the music. When you turn the metronome off, you no longer hear the pulse, but it's still there. Now let's go back to our Lego castle. The easiest way to build a Lego castle is to build it on a Lego base plate. Think of the beat as the Lego base plate of the music, and the thing you build on the base plate is the music itself. Because virtually all music has a pulse, you can always experience it. You feel the beat when you snap your fingers, clap your hands, or stomp your feet. The same goes for dancing to your favorite song. When you see conductors conducting orchestras, they're actually sharing the beat with the orchestra so that they can play together. That is exactly what Barbara Hannigan is showing to the orchestra when she conducts this piece, The Waltzing Cat by Leroy Anderson. As you listen, see if you can feel the pulse. Great. Now we've got a better understanding of pulse. In my next video, we will explore what happens when we speed it up or slow it down. We will see you there.